bring down the pressure. Oh yeah, whoa. Oh yeah, whoa. Are you ready to stand up and fight the right revolution? Are you ready to stand up and fight it just like soldiers? Many are called, few are chosen. Many are called, few are chosen. Ooh, yeah. Whoa. Ooh, yeah. Whoa. Gotta fight the right fight in this time, yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 Are you ready to stand up and fight the right revolution? Are you ready to stand up and fight it just like soldiers? Many are called, few are chosen. Many are called, few are chosen. If you wanna live forever, you gotta love each other.
Yo, excuse me. It is Thursday, April 28th, 2016, and we're back on the show. Sorry we didn't have anything on Tuesday, which is usually our news segment, but my daughter was getting inducted into the French National Honor Society, so had to do the daddy thing and go and participate in that. But we are back. Like I say, it's Thursday. We're going to kick off like we always do. Advertising businesses. As I always say, I am Richard Robinson, owner and operator of RPC Computing, where RPC is your PC. Repairs, upgrades, and consultations. Check us out. We have a list of things, diagnostic, malware, spyware removal, virus removals, upgrades, hard drives, display screens, pretty much whatever you're trying to do, let us help you out with that. Something sweet from Miss Terry. 708-781-5220. Cakes, cookies, catering for events. 48-hour notice, minimum notice. Keep that in mind. Rochelle Millsap, 773-716-5541, is a real estate RE/MAX agent. She does mostly residential, but if you have some commercial needs, give her a call. She can probably point you in the right direction. Kevin Character King, he's got a CD called I Am Character, and he's got a book called Character's Book of Poetry, available on Amazon. He's got a good body of work. I actually thought that he might be on the show today, but they didn't make it, so the show must go on. It would be him. It would be Barbara Robinson, who is the owner and operator of King's Cubby Daycare, located 8825 South Colfax in Chicago, 773-437-5108. Maybe we'll get them on next week, and they can really give you an in-depth side of their businesses and what they do. They also have a son named Sharif, and Sharif has an album that he has released called Sharif. Let me give you a little sample of that.
I know you want to see me go home. I know you want to see me go home alone. I'm done waiting, and this hurts so bad I can't breathe on my own.
Okay, I can only get a taste. You got to go out and buy your CD or download yourself. It is available on iTunes and Amazon. It's got something for everybody, some slow tracks, some house tracks, good little mixture up in there. Check them out. As we always say, support black businesses. Today's topic came about, every now and again, and we're going to stop all what the man is doing to us, and we're going to talk about what we are doing to ourselves, particularly the youth in this term, I'm about life. And I always say, okay, you're about that life, but you got to understand everything that comes with that life. If you're about that life and you out there selling that shit on the corner, then you're also about that prison life. You also about that graveyard life. So probably won't be too many tears shed from me. Whether you're a relative or not, I love you because you are a relative. I don't love you because you're out there selling that shit. And when I think about that life, that's what I'm thinking about. You're about destroying the community, selling that shit, destroying people, destroying lives, destroying communities. That's the life you're about when you tell me you're about that life. And I came across a interesting documentary on YouTube. But before that, I've decided I'm gonna kind of keep track of the murder rate in Chicago this year. Just to see how it continues to go up. Right now, looks like we're at 183 murders. This is just the first 4 months of the year. Well on pace to be close to 600 murders. So, and a lot of these murders are probably by people that are about this life. I know that I have a cousin that's in this murder rate who was just recently murdered. And sometimes situations happen when you in the life or whatever you're doing, and things like this will happen. People are going to die. People are going to go to jail. So I posted a video earlier in the day, and I'm going to share that video again real quick here for those that didn't see it.
Man, living in Chicago is hard.
I done seen people get killed for no reason from talking to a bitch. You know how many bitches out here?
In a few years, I'm out of Chicago. I'm out of anything that has to do with Illinois. I don't want my kids growing up here.
Today, it's not even safe to walk around your house without a gun. You cannot talk to these young niggas half. You can talk to regular people. But it's been like that ever since I've been growing up. I don't know why people so shocked about it. I guess because they ain't hear about it. This is just how Chicago been. This is how I grew up in. That's why I'm so bad. You want to blame it on me? No, it's my environment. It's the environment.
You got to keep your heat out and head up, cause if you're caught snoozing, you liable to get stuck. We from a city where we don't give a fuck. We sell drugs, gang banging, send the party up. We keep the drink in one hand, smoke in the other. We make sure that we tell her it's a fucking we don't love her. So don't try to stand up, cause you can't compete to the way we live our lives in the Chi-Town streets, the Chi-Town streets, yeah.
It's real. It's real. It's too real to be true. That's the thing. Like some shit that happened just recently. Lil JoJo, motherfuckers got whacked. Told him he was gonna kill a boy, and he wound up got killed.
And that's the kid that was rapping, right?
Yeah, he made a little song. It's consequences for everything, you know? Be out here, you say what you gonna say, but at the end of the day, that shit gonna catch up with you.
Y'all into sports and stuff, or y'all just chilling?
I did. Fuck all that shit. We gonna do what we wanna do. You feel me? Let that talent just go to waste like that. Some people like out here can play ball real good. Motherfuckers rather tote guns. What you don't know is everybody got one. Real talk, everybody got one. This only an 8-year-old. And he know about most of the shit that be going on. You can ask him his favorite rapper right now, he gonna tell you.
Who's your favorite rapper?
Chief Keef.
What's your favorite song in him?
Don't like.
Yeah, y'all see us, it's fucked.
Don't like.
Yeah, y'all see us, it's fucked up over here. Period. Violence, guns, and it's the kids doing it. It ain't no adults, it's all kids. Got more guns than the police.
Crazy.
5 people in the back of this building got shot last weekend. This shit is messed up. These was all working people, hard-working adults. They was just out here enjoying their night, and some people just came through shooting for no reason. Too many of these kids killing each other and shit, man. I don't know what's going on, why they doing this shit, who orchestrating this shit. I think it's all this rap music and shit. I ain't gonna even lie.
30 up in my 40, that bullshit I ain't for it. My young niggas, they shoot shit, so try to run, we scoring. Got
My family live over here, but we into it with these people over here, man, so can't trust it. I just don't trust it, man. If they see me, man, it'd have been a shootout. But it really ain't gonna be no shootout, cause I ain't got mans on me though.
Don't got time for that bitch shit. All you wanna do is chit chat. I'm about bands, that's it, nigga. Get wrapped up, no gift, nigga. I'm coming to see my little cousin, cause today her birthday though. She just turned 6, you know. Just dropping off some cash, but no, I know I can't be over here, but I'm doing it for the family though. Past 61st, I'm safe though. And I'm on 59th in Indiana right now, man. And I'm lacking, man. These niggas are snitching, man. I ain't gonna say no names, but
Everybody's saying the same thing. This crazy. This crazy. It's kind of weird when you know shit crazy and you continue in it. This clip is from the documentary that I watched about a family, the Newton family here in Chicago. I think they stayed over on 59th Prairie, Indiana, somewhere around in that area. And the different things they went through with their family, while one brother went away to school and graduated from an Ivy League school, the other brother, the eldest brother, was constantly in and out of jail. So the two paths. So a lot of times when you look, and I never blame the women for the situations that are in the neighborhood. I always point toward the men because it's our fault, brothers, and basically that's what it is. And we don't expect the women to change the condition. We also can't expect other brothers to come and take care of our children. If you have children out there, it's your responsibility to go and get your young man and have a talk with him and make sure that he's on the straight and narrow, because that's what a lot of these young men are missing, some guidance. Once they get to about 12 years old, it's hard for mama to say anything to them. Thus, they wind up in a whole bunch of bad situations listening to a lot of other people that may not have their best interests in heart, that have been in the game themselves, that maybe didn't have a father around themselves, so they wound up in the prison system. It's a sad account when you hear a woman say, I'd rather see my son in jail than on the street, because in jail I feel he's safer and I don't have to worry about getting that call that he is getting killed on the street. So that's the unfortunate thing with a lot of mothers, that that's how they feel. They feel kind of helpless in these situations. And again, you can't blame them, because if you're in jail, then you deserted the family, and then they feel stuck. What can they do? Let me share the beginning clip of the movie. I can't think of it right offhand, but I'll look it up real quick while this clip is playing.
Role models, very limited. Outside of my family, in the neighborhood, who would I have to look up to? I mean, the only people who had anything were the drug dealers. I'm being taught that hard work can get you somewhere, and all I saw from hard work was my grandfather walking with a limp. I don't know anybody who's 30 years old in Chicago who thinks being on the streets is cool.
That's his age.
Yeah.
Let's get to my age.
Her age, that's a whole different generation.
For me, growing up, as he said, the big niggas, you had to answer to the big niggas. Fuck the big niggas. The big niggas wasn't giving us no money. They wasn't putting no weight in our pocket. If anything, we had to come back and pay more. We had to pay more for crack. An 8-ball, $100. We had to pay $150. We ain't making no money. We just making our money back to cop back with them. That's bogus. That's why we said fuck the big niggas. We'll shoot you right there in front of your mama house. I do not care.
I done seen somebody get killed before in front of me.
Me too. They ain't know they lit. This before I even got into the streets like that. I was 13 on 71st and Clyde. This nigga, the big folks asked him, split your lick. This nigga said, I ain't gotta split nothing of y'all, woo woo woo, and this like that. He was like, the big nigga asked him one more time, split your lick or I'm finna blow your head back. This nigga he said about 3 words right and then he messed up. That nigga said click click pow. And that nigga dropped it. Everybody walked away like, hey, shit happened.
Dude we grew up with, his niece came to school and gave me the obituary. And I'm looking at it like, when did this happen? Because it's not in the news. It's not important in the news.
Right.
He got shot 8 times. And that's not even news in Chicago.
One of the guys from around the block, around where we grew up at, he got shot 17 times and still walking and breathing. That's my weed man.
I guess it's good they can find a reason still to laugh. It just was a lot of hopelessness in that conversation, and me and some of my friends at work were having a similar conversation about who their sons looked up to when they see these dudes on the block and they see these dudes dressing nice and all this, but they don't see the value in their fathers who are getting up and going to jobs and working these 9 to 5s to try to provide something for their lives, but they're more attracted to the dope dealing lives, the flashing lives, and we're trying to say, what is it about that life? And we tried to equate it back to when we were young, and it wasn't as many dope dealers. You see a few dope dealers, and you see this dude got a Cadillac, this guy got the girls. So we kind of understand what the attraction is, but the only way to counter the attraction is to be in your son's life, and not be in your son's life here and there and on a weekend, but to actually involved with his life on a daily basis. I often find it amazing that there are so many young men out here that are from good homes and good families and have opportunities and just kind of throw those opportunities away because they want to be rappers or gangsters or whatever that thrill is, whatever they're looking for outside of the structure. Now, I'm constantly talking about the systematic racism and things that go on in America and the things that are defeating us as a group in America. But this is some internal stuff we're talking about here tonight. Did you hear the young lady when she said, we not making no money? So we're discussing this at work today too. You're not making any money. You make enough money to get you some Jordans, get you some McDonald's, Burger King, whatever you like to eat, and then you right back at it. Only person making money is the dude at the top, right? He keep you struggling. And you just don't see that. You would make probably just as much working at Burger King. And then those that do make it, you better have some money for a lawyer. Because we done seen a lot of big ones fall. So then you want to make the lawyer happy. So when you see all the death and destruction that this activity brings, you still about this life. Maybe because you don't see another way. We can't look at the women. It seems that no one cares. I'm kind of reading from some notes I put here. Everybody's in the neighborhood is kind of looking up to the dope dealers, cause a lot of the dope dealers, when they're in the neighborhood, they do look out. They do little things. They may put on a fireworks show for the 4th of July. They may buy a few trinkets and hand them out on the block. So just like in New Jack City, they ban the community's trust. The trust that you won't trick on us as we destroy the community. It's kind of a double-edged sword, and I'm always talking about we can't clean up the community unless we're willing to turn our own in. Now, maybe the prison system needs to be rehauled where it's about rehabilitation. Maybe you don't go to jail on the first fence or the second fence or the third fence. You just get put into some strict surroundings with the implication you want to get out of here. Then you're going to complete this trade program. You're going to participate in this. You're going to participate in a mentoring program. We're going to move you from the prison into this environment where you can get yourself together and you can come back and be productive to your community. That's not what they do, though, is it? Most of them go to prison and they come back worse, which was the case in the story with the Newton family. This young man went to jail for the first time at the age of 15 for shooting someone. He did 6-7 years on that case. Then he did time here and there, back and forth, until the age of 27. And they say he was always angry. Where if you're institutionalized at 15, all the way off and on until you're 17, you spent a good 12 years of your life in the penal system. So you're definitely not getting a job. And bring, as I watched and listened to the story, it just seemed like there was a level of jealousy that developed between him and his brother, where it came down to he was threatening to kill his brother's wife. It just got crazy. He was drinking. So he became a product of being about this life. And we all meet and know a whole bunch of cats that could probably be something different. So I always say, is it you or is it the environment that you're in? And it's got to be a combination of both. If you see and you know where you're living at is crazy, then it's up to you to change your environment. And we can't use the excuses all the time that this is where I'm at. Like the young lady said, I'm like this because of my environment. That's BS, because you can change your environment and you can change yourself. I walk every morning through my environment, from the Washington Park homes to the Ida B. Wells, Lawless Gardens to school. That's about an 11-block walk every morning and every evening through my environment. We live down the street from the L. Rookin Fort. I walked through my environment. Hung out on 47th Street through my environment. So you can change your environment. So a lot of times we got a bunch of young men that they're copping out with this story. This is my environment. You just got to have enough courage to stand up and say, I'm not going to do this anymore. But like they say now, you know, they feel trapped because there's no one there to protect him. So if there's no one there to protect your son, then he's going to default to the mechanisms in the environment that say, we're going to protect you when you're with us. But that's your job. So, and I'm not trying to preach to brothers, but we need to get real sometime. I mean, once they get 18, it's too late. Once they get 16, it's too late. Once they get 12, half the time it's too late. But those are the years when you have the biggest input in your son's life or your daughter's life. So when they say, I'm about that life, tell me what life you're about. Because I want to know what life you're about. If you ain't paying no bills around here, then you're not about the right life. If you're not getting an education to start your own business, I'm not going to force you to go to college. College isn't for everyone. But we have to start changing the mindset of the youth so they can see things in a different light. These people are in the dark. At the end of the documentary, they're doing something that, and we've all done it. We've all poured out some liquor for our boys. They got killed or whatever, and we've all had that celebration. You're dead. Let's celebrate. And that's been passed down for years and years and years. Got real popular when Cooley High was out and we poured out a little bit of liquor. Then they got so disrespectful, they stopped even pouring out the liquor. They just scratched the rolls on the bottle now. The game has nothing for you. No matter what people tell you, it has nothing for you. It's a different type of game, and it has nothing for your people. If we are continuing to destroy ourselves internally, when you're trying to get to this level as a people, I see meetings every day, and I constantly count. Every time I go to a meeting, I see 60 people in the meeting, 1 or 2 blacks, and guaranteed either one or both those blacks are women. It's a million programs out here for women to develop and change and do everything, but society doesn't provide those same opportunities on that same level for men because it's designed like that. We're building prisons, and we got plenty of space in the graveyard. The laws are changed, and we hunting for you. Like he said in that movie, the hunt is on, and you're the prey. I want to encourage every brother that's got a son, no matter how old he is, to reach out to your son. Even talk to your son's mother about taking your son with you. Say, hey, it's time for me to do that furious style thing. Take my son with me. Raise him. That's the sacrifice that it's going to take. You're going to have to sacrifice your booty calls, your money, your time, and pull your son up out of that. And maybe by pulling your son out, maybe he'll turn around and influence some of his friends, because the unfortunate thing is a lot of these kids are influenced more by their friends and peers than their parents. It's a shame. We're going to end it as we always do. love, peace. So we out of here.
They couldn't get it off. Straight gangster.
In that order.
In that order. Straight gangster and didn't care. He wasn't scared at all.
Goes out to him. Much love. Hey, meet you one day.
Hey, Chicago for you.
These haters can't hold me back. These haters can't hold me back. These haters can't hold me back. These haters can't hold me back.
Can't nobody hold me back. Why? Because God got us in his arms. And so can't nothing stop us. This is our coping. This is what we do. We did this when my brother was here, and we gonna continue to do it. If nothing else, this is how we bond.
Got my room when you feed in your circle. Watch your shipments improve.
This is what we do. Silly than a mother. Let's go. We silly as hell.
Can't hold me back. These haters can't hold me back. These haters can't hold me back.
If he's looking down on y'all, what do you think he's thinking?
Man, I wish I was there. Yeah, y'all having a ball.
He could talk about negative things that went on in his life, but he was a person that was always all about enjoying life to the fullest. Like if he did something, he did it to death. Like that's a literal statement.
These niggas can't hold us back. These niggas can't hold us back.